We had a very similar reading from the Gospel of Matthew a couple Sundays ago, and this is the Gospel of St. Matthew. And the details are very much the same. Jesus is with his disciples in a boat. The storm comes up. Jesus is asleep. The disciples are afraid. They're terrified. And they come to Jesus, who is asleep. As I was thinking of this, there's putting yourself in the situation where you are with people who are very capable sailing boats. There's a whole vocabulary and there's a whole understanding that comes from practice. That Jesus was with these guys and he was in their care in an element that they were very familiar with. Why would they ask this carpenter from Nazareth, for help? This is their own environment where they are the masters. They know something about Jesus, and it's very clear. And they turn to him and say, "Don't you care? Are you not concerned? We are here, we are perishing." The same reaction in Mark and in Matthew. Jesus rebukes them for their lack of faith. If you are filled with fear, you trust in your own capability. When we are filled with fear, we are trusting in our own strength, our own ability to solve problems. When we have faith, we posit that in God. So the disciples who are filled with fear, who are, as Matthew describes it, terrified, are looking at their own strength. And they are woefully, woefully inadequate. I've been through, a couple of really, not big storms in the Amazon, and even if you're on a river, you can't tell which way the current goes. You can't tell, even though it's not that wide, you can't see anything beyond your nose because of the storm. Sometimes we get into that situation. The church, individuals, communities that we can't see because of the fear that we have. This gospel reading tells us that Jesus was with the disciples. Throughout the centuries, the boat has been described as the church. Sometimes, we think that we are all so clever, that we have all the answers, that it depends on our strength. We look to our Lord who is with us. In circumstances when the wind is quiet, when the seas are calm, and when the wind is angry, and the sea seems to want to swallow us. In all of these circumstances, we're called to look for the presence of Jesus, who comes to us in so many ways. Skilled mariners know how to navigate on calm seas and in storms because they trust that what they have learned and what they have acquired will serve them well. The same thing in our faith. We look to our Lord. If we have experienced him in so many different ways, let us remember that and turn to him in good times and in bad, even when we are filled with fear and terrified. The church continues to carry us along, and we continue to look for the presences of Jesus, who draws us forward.